Neil Critchley, batters blues everywhere he goes. Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. If you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So Mike Beale's departure, welcome Neil Critchley to the fold. And to be fair, I would say the best appointment we could possibly have made in the circumstances. A really exciting prospect of him coming to Villa. I think when any manager is sort of managing a club in the Championship and then he decides to break away, leave and come and join Aston Villa, when Gerrard and Villa come knocking, you turn up and you come. So really, really excited by this one. I'm excited because of just the prospect of Critchley coming in, because he's really highly sought after, and his record, he's one of only how many
16
people hold the highest license.
Elite, isn't it? The elite coaching,
players. So that is phenomenal, to be fair. So really excited by this one. Justin, your thoughts?
Yeah, come out of the blue, hasn't it? I think, as I said, when the Beale thing looked like it was going to happen, I wasn't too panicky. I think quite a few Villa fans went into meltdown mode over him going. And it was a bit of a surprise, you know. But ultimately, when you think about it, as a career progression, an assistant ultimately wants to be a manager, don't they? And when he got the opportunity to go and manage a club from where he comes from, I think in that area, so he's by his family, and QPR are a decent club as well. I don't think he's going to turn it down. You know, he spent a lot of time with Gerrard, albeit not a lot of time at Villa with Gerrard, but he's been with Steven Gerrard a long time. And it seems like he was always going to go and do this. But conversely, we've just got a chap who's in a current manager's role in Championship, and he's left that role to come and be assistant coach or manager, whatever he's at Villa, and it's phenomenal. You know, he obviously knows him a lot from his Liverpool days. I think he coached the under 23s or the under 16s, whatever it was. I think he managed against us, didn't he, in that FA Cup game in the third round when we played the kids. He was the manager of that side that night. Highly regarded. The Blackpool fans are absolutely spewing over this. If you go onto their page, to their Blackpool page, they are fuming, absolutely fuming that he's left a manager's role to come to Villa. We know we're a big club. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really come out of the blue. I don't think anybody would have called that one. I know the Xavi Alonso thing started surfacing yesterday and the day before, but I've seen pictures already of Gerrard and him together in their coaching days in the Liverpool academies, and he's obviously got a very good working relationship with him. And I've seen a few little comments attributed saying that Gerrard actually went to see him and personally, offered him the job. So I think when that kind of thing happens, one thing I will say is, our club, the way we go about our business is top class. We assess what we want to do. We find the player or the coach that we want, and we get it done. It's such a breath of fresh air to be a fan of a club that's so single-minded in its approach to everything it does. It's brilliant, and I think this is a fantastic appointment. I'm really looking forward to it.
I mean, if we're looking at what Critchley's done, he's got Blackpool promoted from League One to the Championship. Last season, 46 games, 16 wins, 12 draws, 18 losses, -4 goal difference. That's good for me, the -4 goal difference in the Championship for a promoted side, and on 60 points. So, really, really good there, the job that he'd done. And isn't it weird that sort of Beale's left Villa to go in the Championship, but Critchley's left Blackpool to come and be Villa? Do you know what I mean? It feels a little bit strange, doesn't it, really?
It does, but obviously the pull of the Premier League, and and what we are trying to do at Villa is been enough for him to do it. You know, I've seen a quote here. I don't know whether this it's attributed to Neil Critchley. It says, Neil Critchley on joining Aston Villa as assistant manager. It's my choice. I had this feeling with Aston Villa and I was very happy. When Stevie G comes to see you at home, when he makes that trip, when he explains the project, we are ready to take this club into Europe. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? You know, Gerrard's knocked on his door. You know, this is where we're taking the club. I want you to be, you know, part of it. And I see you as a key ingredient into the next phase of rebuilding and coaching. So, as I said, you know, when Beale went and was going, you know, we weren't going to bring in the manager of the Dog and Duck, was we? We were going to bring in we was always going to bring in a top coach. And the more we improve and the bigger we get and the higher we rise, then the better caliber of everybody you can get. You know, the money's not a problem. The infrastructure's fantastic. The training ground's one of the best in the country. The fan base is phenomenal. The stadium's about to be regenerated and go even bigger. There's 20,000 waiting list. We've got a great first team squad that we're adding to already. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? You know, we would because we're Villa fans, but we are now attracting top talent on the pitch and off it. And it, you know, I'm all over it.
And don't you just love how we do our business these days? It's very calm, calculated, and we get the job done. I mean, I'm 32, and I've seen Villa in transfer windows, managerial appointments, and it has just been an absolute chaotic mess at times. But it just feels like now we calm, calculated, and we go and get who we want, and there's no sort of turning us down anymore. You know, here's a quote from, and this is from Gerrard. Neil Critchley was my number one choice when looking for a new assistant head coach. He's a fantastic coach who has obviously worked. I've obviously worked with before and know his qualities. We look forward to welcoming him to Aston Villa. So it just feels like number one target. We know what we want. We know what we're looking for in a coach, and just love it. Don't you just love how we operate these days?
Yeah, it's phenomenal, isn't it? You know, the structure's there, isn't it? I do still think there'll be one or two outgoings on the coaching side as well. I think he wants to really trim that down a bit, but he's very single-minded. He was as a player, and he does seem to be that way as a manager. And I think this Beale thing has obviously been bubbling up in the background. I don't think it's something that's just happened overnight. I would imagine that QPR would have approached him a while ago. So Gerrard's had time to assess the options and work out what he wants to do and how he wants to go about it. One of the best things I think is in the past we've, as a club and as a management structure and owners, we've tended to leave things to the last minute, and it's been very, very frustrating when you get to sort of closing in on the start of a season and you're still waiting to sign that one player in that key position or that one coach is left. And you know, we did it last summer, yeah, when we lost. Who did we lose? Right on the eve of the season,
Terry and
Smiths, Terry and the other coach, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. They just went and that was it. They never got replaced. And we went into the season all feeling a bit, oh crikey, you know, we feel a bit light on the ground now in the coaching department. So yeah, we do things very differently now. He wanted him. He was his first choice, and we got him. And that seems to be happening a lot, which is a very, very good sign of a very, very well-run club.
Well, it's forward thinking.
Yeah, but you're getting number one choices, aren't you?
Definitely. And to be fair, we've seen that already with the two signings that have come in. You know, on the ball, get them in nice and early, feet under the table. I expect as soon as that window opens mid-June, all the targets that we want are going to be there. Do you know what I mean? And I expect
it's so imperative. It is, you know, if I was running a football club, I would want everything in place for day one of training, pre-season training. I get that that's not always possible. I get that the transfer market is a very fluid thing, and you can't always just drop on who you want straight away. But you want 90% or 95% of the structure in place. So day one of pre-season training, they're all there. Everybody's singing off the same hymn sheet from day one. We've heard about like Danny Ings came in late last summer. He can't wait to have a full pre-season. Pre-season is such an important factor in a season going forward.
Well,
that if you can,
prime example, Patrick Vieira at Crystal Palace this season.
yeah.
Now, no one would have expected Palace and Vieira to do as well as what they had done, but he came in at the very start. They had a full pre-season. They implemented everything from that first moment, and they had a really good season. Whereas if you looked at sort of our pre-season a little bit, you know, when we had the dramas of you-know-who leaving and we had all these players coming in, a bit of a... Because we had the Euros as well, didn't we? So that finished and you know, Grealish left pretty late on. And that start to the season was mismatch and, you know, the vibe weren't great, was it? So if you get everything done nice and early, precise, you should be able to flow into the season nicely, shouldn't you?
I think it's another key factor of becoming going into the elite realm of the Premier League. So what I mean by that is the top 10, I suppose, and upwards. So top 10 initially, then the top 7, then the top 4. The higher you go in the league, the more clout, if you like, you get, and you're able then to do your business. You become top of the tree, don't you? When we was in the Championship, we had targets, and then you almost have to wait for the big boys, if you like, to pick off who they want. Then other players become available, and it filters down into where you are. Whereas now we are now approaching and striving to become the part of the elite again. That, you know, the top 6, 7 clubs in the country, and then you're in the position to go and pick off your number one top targets, and then other clubs will be looking now at what we're going to be getting rid of, at the likes of the Hurahains and, you know, the Trezeguets and the El Ghazis who are now surplus to requirements. So that, you know, the lower clubs will be starting to pick them off, and it's nice now for us to be in that category of the elite clubs, you know, where we can hopefully pick and choose. And so far, you know, 4 signings. I know Coutinho was already here, but we did have to get that deal over the line still. And with how well he did on his loan, I would imagine there would have been 1 or 2 clubs at least that would have been sniffing around it if that deal hadn't been finalised. So we got that done pretty quickly. There was no messing with that. We've got the Kamara deal done very quickly. No sooner as we'd heard about Santos at the centre half, that was done and over the line. You know, we've lost an assistant manager one day, and we've got the replacement the next day. So it's a great way to do business. It alleviates a lot of stress on the fans' point of view. So we don't, you know, and I think fans have got to start believing that, you know, we are the real deal now, and stop worrying so much. I know it's easy to say because as a fan base, we all worry and we all want us to be the best of the best. But I think we've got to relax and know that we're in very good hands throughout the club now, not just owners, but the chief exec, the manager, the playing side. So yeah, it's a fantastic time to be a Villa fan. I know we've said it a few times, but I'm buzzing for the summer, and I cannot wait for that first game of next season.
Me too. Absolutely can't wait for it. So I thought we'd just come on and give our thoughts on Neil Critchley joining Aston Villa. So if you like this video, drop it a like, subscribe to the channel. And we did say we weren't going to
no
come
more
on.
episodes.
Only come on if blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's pretty big news, to be fair. So we thought we'd just come on and give our thoughts. And to be fair, we did have a few of you on Twitter saying, you know, we want your reaction. So, you know, if you want it, then we will come. Do you know what I mean? So just thought hopefully you liked our reaction, but we will now be back after we've played at Villa Park, unless something happens tomorrow. But
maybe.
Yeah, we will see. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and up the Villa.
Up the Villa.